Good evening, everyone. In this episode, we're going to learn a new sentence pattern. We call it in Chinese 被字句. The word 被字句. It means the sentence that has a word 被 in it. In English, it basically means passive voice sentence. But there are still some differences between Chinese and English, but basically passive voice sentence. As we can see here, there are two sentences on the board, right? So the first one is 把字句. We can see the word 把 here, right? I hope you can still notice that. We have already talked a lot about that sentence pattern 把字句, right? So as you may notice, the two sentences meaning the same thing, right? The same thing. So the first one is 把字句 and the second one is 被字句. In Chinese, sentence pattern 把 is highly related to sentence pattern 被. Okay, so we'll take a further notice. Okay, the first one here, 警察把他抓了. 警察把他抓了. And still mention here the suffix了, right? The suffix了of the main verb. Which one is 抓, right? 抓 is a main verb, the finite verb. 抓了. 抓 means to catch, to grab, to arrest. 抓. You can see here this word is very interesting. The left part of the sentence of this word is the shape of one's hand. The left part is the shape of one's hand, and the right part is claw, one's claw. So this word means to catch, to arrest, right? 警察把他抓了. This suffix 了 represents the past tense or present perfect of the sentence or of the main verb. 警察把他抓了. The police have him arrested, or the police arrested him. 警察, the police. You know, there's a band, the police, right? 警察, music band, right? It's one of my favorite bands. 警察把他抓了. 警察把他抓了. The police have him arrested. And we can see here the sentence pattern 被. 他被警察抓了, right? So 了, this one, 了 still serves as the past tense of the main verb 抓, right? 抓, 支吾啊, 支. Some people, they don't know how to pronounce this ZH. ZH is a relatively hard one to pronounce because one Chinese surname is Zhang. You can also pronounce that one as Chang, CH. Different pinyin. ZH, Zhang. The mainland China pronounces it as Zhang. You can first pronounce zh, redam, zh. Then give it some power, zh, zhang, zh, right? 支吾啊，抓，他被警察抓了，抓 out your mouth, 抓，他被警察抓了. So this 被 here serves as just like passive voice as it in English, right? he's being arrested by the police, or he was arrested by the police. So what's the difference between these two sentences, which meaning the same, right? Meaning the same. The first one is they have different topics. They have different topics, meaning they have different subjects. The first one, 警察, the police, 警察 serves as a subject, right? If I say 警察把他抓了, the police have him arrested. I want to mention or I want to stress the information. 警察 did a good job, right? The police did a good job. What I want to say, the topic I want to talk about is 警察, the subject, right? But in the sentence pattern 被, 他被警察抓了, the topic changed, right? The subject is changed to 他. The thief or, right, someone who's guilty, right? 他被警察抓了. I want to talk about him. Maybe he's a very famous person, right? Maybe he is known by everybody, right? 他被警察抓了. So these two sentences have two different topics. And the second point is in this sentence pattern, the 被字句, 被 sentence pattern. In Chinese, okay, in Chinese, 被字句 always want to express something that is really bad. Always want to express something that is not good. This point is different from the passive voice in English, right? You know, in English we use the passive voice in documents, right? In formal paperwork, in our thesis, right? So, but in Chinese, 被字句 always, maybe 80% of the time, 90% of the time, expresses something that is bad, something that we don't want that happen, right? 他被警察抓了, something bad. Or he was beaten. He was beaten by a hooligan, right? He was beaten. 他被打了. 他被打了. He was beaten. 他被打. To beat. 打了, the suffix of the verb 打. 他被打了. He was beaten. Or I was reported. Right? I was reported. 我被告了. 我被告了. I was reported. Report. To report means 告. 告, the verb, original verb, 告. To report. 了, the suffix of 告, which means past tense or present perfect, right? 我被告了. I was reported. So here is the main idea of 被字句. 被字句. Okay, here 把字句 and 被字句, the sentence pattern 把 and the sentence pattern 被 are the two most basic sentences or sentence patterns in Chinese. Okay, we will do some practices in the future in some other videos. In the next video, I will want to tell you why or when to use 把字句 or 被字句, when to use it, or some verbs. Some verbs cannot be used in these sentence patterns. Okay, there's a limitation. Not every word can be used in these two sentence patterns. Okay, so at last I want to read these two sentences again, if you want to follow me. 警察把他抓了。警察把他抓了。警察把他抓了。You know, you can feel the rhythm here, right? The rhythm, just like in the poem, right? 警察把他抓了。警察把他抓了。警察把他抓了。警察把他抓了。The rhythm, right? 警察把他抓了。Not 警察把他抓了。警察 you know the subject, the topic is 警察 the police is the topic. 警察 so you stress the police, right? 警察把他抓了。警察把他抓了。警察把他抓了。The second one, 他被警察抓了。他被警察抓了。You can feel that the speaker wants to stress 他 right? Because 他 is the topic. 他被警察抓了。他被 not 他被警察抓了。If you want to stress 警察 that sounds a little weird. 他被警察抓了。What do you imply by saying like this? 他被警察抓了。He was arrested by the police. What? What do you imply, right? Sometimes you can say that, but if you say that, you imply something else, right? 他被警察抓了 implies something else. Or the normal way to read this sentence is 他被警察抓了 right? 他被警察抓了 He was arrested by the police. Or he's being arrested by the police. Okay, see you next video. Hope you enjoy it.